All right. Looks like we're back with the witness. I say looks like because obviously I was experiencing OBS technical difficulties there. It's always really a hoot when there are so many issues with capturing stuff as a streamer. Woe is me, I know, but still. Okay. So, we left off in the middle of a town-ish area, and we were kind of unable to progress through most of the puzzles that we encountered due to the general sense of not knowing how the puzzles worked mechanically. So I don't know how we got here exactly. It's hard for me to remember, but I'm pretty sure that we just walked through the solution to this one. No, it ain't that. I kind of feel like, too, that, like, I don't know. I'm so used to, at this point, like, I've been trying to get into the headspace of having to always do, like, always look at everything in the exact right way. Like, make sure that I get every detail. Like, there's the fence that's towards the back end over there by where the puzzle is that has this, like, I would say a triangle on, I think it's top left side. Well, obviously the direction is relative. That makes me think, like, okay, it's missing a triangle. Is that meant to just help me understand where I am? Like, is that actually a clue? What's going on here? So, it looks like this texture just tiles with no variation, which is a bit surprising, actually. I would have expected that to not have been done that way, but all right. Maybe that's also a clue. You never know, right? What's up, Veek? Okay, so we come here, we go left, we go up 1, 2, 3 rows, and then we have to kind of zigzag around, and then go up and around. Okay. It wasn't an exact match for what I was thinking of, but we figured it out. And this opened up I guess a shortcut. That's interesting. Alright, we found one we can actually do, guys. We're epic. Uh-huh. Okay. So I'm assuming this one is don't go through areas which are entirely shrouded in this sort of grass. So you can't go here. Alright, so let's do that again. So I actually know the pattern. So you just go right, up, right, down, right, up, left, up, right. Right, up, right, down, right, up, right? No, left, up, right. You know, I'm still kind of agnostic on the game. I'll describe my feelings that way. I like the idea of having all of the rules just be there for you to figure out, and it's sort of like a sandbox in a way where you have things to do, but I feel aimless, which is probably deliberate in a sense. Like, not aimless in the sense of I don't know what to do, because I always have, like, a puzzle to do for the most part. Although I think it'll get more confusing if I, like, halfway progress in a few areas, and then, like, those are the only areas left to progress through. I'll probably be doing a lot of running around backtracking. But I will say that, oh, look, it's a human outline. Let me, alright, never mind. I can't get the shadow to line up. I have a feeling that I'll be doing, like, progression or whatever, and then there will be issues where I won't know where to go. But I like the idea of the whole, you know, the rules are there for you to figure out thing. I do feel like there's not much game here yet, and probably it will stay that way. which is kind of weird because game is like a loaded term. In my conversation with Reagan Burns, we kind of talk about that, where we have like a poverty of language to describe a lot of these things. Like to me, when I think of game, I'm thinking of like many things to do, or at least like things to do on a frequent basis. And I know Jonathan Blows talked previously about how he made The Witness less fun than it had to be, or whatever. Oh, wow. So this is different. So this is by audio then. See if I remember it. I definitely don't remember it. Okay. So we go right. Wait, what is it anyway? Assuming we start here. I don't know where we start. It looks like we start here. To go like, yeah, right, up, right, up, right, right. Sound clue puzzle, yeah. Yeah, no real-time gaming is, I mean, even in games that don't have real-time stuff, for the most part, like turn-based strategy games or whatever, there are still elements where, like, there's a... I don't know how to describe it other than to say there's a game, so... Okay, here's the problem. I haven't figured out what this is meant to be. It doesn't feel like this is another sound one. I'm noticing slight discoloration on the ground, but that doesn't really tell me much. I thought maybe there was like a specific sound that was played when you crossed over something that can't be crossed or shouldn't be crossed, but that doesn't appear to be the case either. Because it didn't play again when I moved over there, so... Is the solution just the same solution as what I just came from? It's up, right, up, right, down, right, up, right. So this would be up, right, up, right. Yeah, that wouldn't even work, so... I feel like I would just be brute force guessing, and even if that would get me to the next puzzle or whatever, it wouldn't be very satisfying. So... I wonder if this is one of those that I need to go up high on to look down on, and that's how I'll find the solution. That seems to be the only thing I can think of, but I don't actually know if there's any good views anywhere. Oh yeah, I was just over here, and there's no way to go up. Okay, this is the lag area. You know, I didn't even really notice a draw distance option in the menu, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention. There's field of view, but that's not the same thing. Alright. Yeah, maybe we can figure it out from here. Oh, no. The trees block the way. Hey, maybe that's also intentional. Because if the trees block the way... Well, we remember the other puzzle where the trees blocked the way. In fact, maybe that's something that I could use to my advantage here. Not the tree specifically. Oh yeah, I guess I'm going down here. Alright, hold that thought. We're going down. Something that, something that people praise Dark Souls for is, and I think it's an interesting thing to observe, is that, at least in the first game, and I'm not really that sure about the others, there were areas of the environment where you would basically see, like, a zone which would look like background decoration, but you would actually go there in, like, 10 hours of gameplay or whatever. And, this isn't really exactly the same thing, besides stuff like that, where I assume I can just walk, like, I can just go over there. So it's not really the exact same thing, but it's kind of interesting, you know, there's that element of just a sense that there's an interconnected, almost labyrinth. Alright, we're back in the town square. Now this is where we were getting stuck left, right, and center. I feel like we definitely should figure out a way to resolve some of these puzzles. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that every time I look at like a lake or something, my FPS plummets. Was there anything of value over here? Oof. I feel like there's probably is something of value up here, and I just don't know it. I can't ring the bell. Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, my God. How does it happen in this poor old world? That thou art so great, and yet nobody finds thee. That thou callest so loudly, and nobody hears thee. That thou art so near, and nobody feels thee. That thou givest thyself to everybody, and nobody knows thy name. Men flee from thee, and say they cannot find thee. They turn their backs, and say they cannot see thee. They stop their ears, and say they cannot hear thee. Hans Dank, circa 1520.
What? Oh, it was just taking a long time to fill. To fade. I'm trying to figure out a heuristic for this one. Like, there's got to be something I have to do that's related to the shape. I really don't know. And admittedly, none of my most recent attempts I just did were very, highbrow. I'm pretty sure that that has something to do with the puzzle. Wasn't there stuff in here I could do? Oh, actually, I don't know if I've even been in here. That looks like it's just flavor, but is anything just flavor? Well, you can't really draw the shape, unfortunately. Oh. Where did I just go, dude? I spun. I confused myself. I'm lost. I thought it was right over here. Like to the... Oh, here it is. It's actually a really hard shape to draw. Like... I've tried to draw it with, by occlusion, but... Like, basically, instead of drawing the shape, I've tried to leave it so that the only squares that, or the only dots that were here were, oh, this is what you meant, in like a 3D sense. Well, maybe that is actually the solution. No. Yeah, I don't know what it is, to be honest. I'm just assuming, like, maybe it doesn't even have anything to do with that shape, and that's, like, misleading or whatever. Here's the other thing, is that there's this, which looks even more confusing. I don't know what any of these do. Or what any of those symbols mean. So that's a no-go. Well, you definitely don't have to surround the block, because I just showed you that puzzle, and it's impossible to surround the other things. I interpreted it as you need to make this shape somehow in the solution to this. But, like, I don't know if that's true. I don't get any feedback for, like, solving it before all the other dots are here. So I don't know if all the dots are necessary. I don't know why it would be bottom, right, and top exactly. Yeah. That one's I think, very tough for me. Maybe I just missed the actual first puzzle in that field. Solar panel. Oh, I can change its direction. Who'd have guessed? Oof. Well, I already tried both of those, so that doesn't work. I think we already tried that. Imagine if the solution was something absurd. Alright, we'll think back on that one later. I saw this one, but observing through the hatches only lets you see leaves and stuff. What's up, Big Red Art Set? Different areas in the island teach you what the puzzle symbols and shapes mean. The town where you are now is in an area that combines symbols from multiple areas. Ah, okay. Yeah. Besides the fact that it just had, like, loads of combinations, I wasn't really sure if that was the... I just sort of stumbled upon this area, from my perspective, quite linearly after solving the windmill. Because it's right here, right? So there's not really any indication that it's, anything. super special. I think there were puzzles here I didn't solve inside the forest, but I don't remember. Or maybe the forest was by... No. This is going back to the area where I was before. This is like the starter area, where things are a bit more linear, I think. Yeah, so we'll find the baby puzzle for that mechanic or whatever later on. So as we take stock of our FPS here. Okay, so the town's over there. And our boat's there. So we could go along the coast here of the island. Or we could go the complete other direction, take a left into uncharted territory. Well, it's not super uncharted yet. Because it has, like, the desert area. And I already did that. So... but I feel like going to the right has not left us with much. Let's investigate this tower of tires or something. Oh, I can't do anything with it. It's very conspicuous, however. Alright, let's go to the Egypt place. I've not been here before. Didn't even know it existed. There's a well. I assume this gets activated when you solve the area or something. Take a look at that later. Once we use our impressive intellect to defeat the opposition. So there's some puzzles down there to solve. Or at least things to interact with. Alright, round 1. Okay, well. No, that's not round 1. These are just like antenna or whatever. Alright, let's take a look here. Oh no, it's been deactivated. I will never get to use it ever again. Alright. Wait, was that actually a deactivation? I guess so. I must have to solve something else to reactivate it. Let's see what's up here. I'm not seeing anything that kind of looks like the steering wheel icon. So I wonder what that could be. Like, is there something that I'm missing here that's obviously related to these shapes? There could be. This is a prime vantage point. You get to see all of the puzzles. You get to solve everything from here if you wanted to. Like, all of the things here. So... what would this be related to? Is it related to maybe what they're pointing at or away from? Like, is this related to this? I don't see anything that could be like that. Okay. Well. Okay, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I'm trying to, like, draw something that points towards me. I think I already tried that. That just, like... in theory, I would be turning it in that direction or whatever. Oh, I'm just talking myself through the process. Okay, I can't go there. It's expected. don't think the sand in the terrain means anything. That's probably just there for flavor. It's funny that this game launches in that config thing, and it actually says low is the recommended setting, which is kind of funny. Oh, well, you know, maybe I should have looked over here. What do you guys think? All right. So, as I see it, we have some stuff here that's unbroken, like unbroken limestone or whatever, compared to stuff that isn't. And also stuff that leads to other things. So in this sense, I want to say that our top right mirror, we want to follow this path, right? Because this connects to another mirror. What would that be exactly? That would be... I feel like that would just be this. Like a straight line. So maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Maybe that one over there is our top right. And we need to go... But we can't go straight down because I already tried that. Because that connects down. And then goes straight down again. Which then goes up. Down. Oh, actually, yeah, I have no idea. What the fuck? So we can't go down twice. This feels like it, yeah, there's actually like a broken path here by the looks of things. Unless maybe the rocks are covering something. It doesn't seem like there is a way to go from the area, the thing directly to my right when I face this angle, right? The thing that I was first drawing the path from, this. You can't connect that in an unbroken sense. You go here, here, and then this is broken. So you could go, I guess you could go here, 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 here. So does that have something to do with the solution then? Is it the zigzag through the different nodes? You go down. See, I don't think you can start in the top. What is the top right for us? Because I don't know how we would show going down twice without just solving it by going straight down. And that doesn't work, right? So you go down. So we have to start here, maybe. And we would go left, right? Bottom left. And then we would take a right. And then we would go down. That's my thought process so far. We go bottom left, take a right, down. Oh, I can't tell if I'm actually solving it or not. Okay. That is not the solution. So... maybe we do have to... I don't know how we would do that. Maybe the breaks in the paths are not indicative, like the sand part or whatever, where the limestone blocks are missing. Maybe that's actually not indicative of like a path you can't take, and instead you're just supposed to unify the dots that are still lighting up. Because you can't have both, as far as I know. Oh, you can, actually. Well, you can have the 4 here. You basically draw like an N shape, because N... So I guess there is that. But you'd have to go down twice, up, left, down. This would work in a different puzzle environment, but not here. So do I have to draw... how would I draw an N? Oh, maybe this one was that one that I deactivated and will never be able to use again. I don't know how I'm going to draw an N, honestly. Normally I don't have this problem. Yeah. Okay. This is a doozy. A brain doozy. Oh, the light isn't related to that. The light is related to where my camera is. Okay. Well, that fucking changes some things. Now, I still don't necessarily think that that means that the light is pointless. If anything, it just means that you have to stand in a certain angle such that you can get the light to match up with the solution to the puzzle. So maybe if I like come here, I don't know. I don't know how this would be like something you could figure out, but if I'm here, it's still basically the same. You just go down, down, left. Well, I guess it would be up, up, right, or something. Because maybe that's the problem, is I'm thinking it's down, but it's actually going up. But that ain't it either. Okay. Man, I thought for sure this was going to be... And it probably is the solution. I just can't figure out exactly what it would be. Alright. Maybe I can get some useful... revelation by coming down here and looking at it from this angle. Okay. Yes, this is starting to make more sense, I think. Though I don't know how far back I can go and still see it. It's more complicated than the actual puzzle. Like, there are more paths or whatever. But looking at it from about this angle is a bit more instructive, I feel like. Except, I don't get any light to indicate, you know, what is supposed to be done precisely. Okay. So here... we could go here. We could go right down. Or left down. I'm not really sure which one would be better. I guess the left down is less breaks, but... I already tried that one. Yeah, I almost want to see, like... If I accidentally brute forced the solution to that one, and then could use that to reverse engineer what it was, that might actually be useful here, because I definitely don't really get what it's telling me. So neither of the, on the top here, neither of these are broken, but this one... Okay, this one actually, this one's broken. This one doesn't break until you get down here. Meanwhile, this one would have to go here, and then you have to draw an N again, but only from this point, so it would be like this. Okay. Well, if I stand right in front of it, the light only shines on these two. So maybe that's a clue. But if I stand back here, the light only shines on those two, so... that's probably not a clue. I have to find the right angle for the light to shine on the right things. Is what it feels like. But it also doesn't feel like there's any way to intuit what that is. Trying to figure out where the offset is. Okay. I feel like the light has something to do with that there, too. The fact that it casts a shadow. Specifically on the, like, half of them, right? So only half of them are visible. Alright, that's locked until later. I'm not sure what you mean about drawing on the sand. I guess you mean, like, actually drawing here or whatever. It doesn't let me... It doesn't consider that to be a puzzle. What's up with that black cloud, huh? Yeah, I can't grab any of these. Oh. What the fuck? I can't seem to actually do anything once I grab this, but it does respond to my clicks. I don't know what the significance of that is. It only responds to my clicks when it's lit up. Okay, I'm kind of blocked here. And it won't let me draw over this, even though it feels like I should be able to. Dude, I need a better view. Here we go. I can't have that view, though. Okay. So I almost need this rock to get out of my way. Alright, now we know that we can't draw in the sand, anyway. There's a rock in the way there. I need to light up a path to get... Yeah, I basically need to light... Wait, what would I need to light up exactly to get to one of these spots? Even if I do my N shape, it doesn't really help me. Alright, so I can only go... Oh, Wait. Okay, I can't go underneath there. Never mind then. And I guess the sand would be obscuring it. I wonder if solving the other puzzles down here, like, add pieces back or something. So, like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing yet. If that's the case, then it's quite likely that that has nothing to do with this either, and I just have to, like, figure it out. Problem is, figuring it out is proving to be quite difficult. Doing other than that. Alright, I guess I'm coming back to this area later. This is where the stream gets very hard to watch. Well, it's probably been that way for a little bit now. For people who actually know the solutions, they're just like, nah, bro, obviously, you just solve for the mathematical proof of 3. And then... oh my god, I'm in jail. Didn't I do an area over here? I did it. I went across the pond. I think that was it. So I can't go down through jail. But I can go up. And there's something over there that looks appropriately baby. Well, I kind of... what? Oh, this is one of those that I need to fully open the thing first. Alright, where does this lead then? Okay. Wait, how do I get it down? I think I have to really, like, super heavy backtrack or something. I can't fall to my death. Yeah. Golden handcuffs, you know? Alright, here's something. Oh yeah, I couldn't figure this one out. Because this is obviously like a... this is really hard. So you can do this, but then you can't escape. Can't do that. You can do this. Then again, you can't escape. Oh. God damn it. I don't think so. If I draw around these black squares, I lose. So here I've drawn around a load of them. That's junk. I wanted to figure out what powers these so I can start doing them. So maybe I can do that. It looks like this one just ends, to be honest, but maybe I'm wrong. Super hard to find the things now.
In a sense, what modern physics is to the history of Western thought, Zen is to the development of the Eastern worldview, the ultimate refinement of more than 2,000 years of incisive debate, discussion, and critical development. Yet the difference between the two could hardly be more marked. Whereas physics is interested above all in theories, concepts, and formulas, Zen values only the concrete and the simple. Zen wants facts, not in the Western sense of things that are measurable and numerical, which are in fact abstractions, but as living, immediate, and tangible. Its approach to understanding is not to theorize, because it recognizes that previously accumulated ideas and knowledge, in other words, memories of all kinds, block the direct perception of reality. Therefore, Zen adopts an unusual approach. Its buildup involves language, which is unavoidable. Any method, even if it turns out to be an anti-method, has first to convey some background in order to be effective. But the way Zen uses language is always to point beyond language, beyond concepts to the concrete. David Darling, 1996.
This tree or bush is in my way. I was trying to use the house there, but it doesn't really fit with the pattern of that puzzle. So I need to solve that puzzle in order to solve any of the other puzzles. But I'm just as lost on that one, dude. So I figured that there was something to do with the way that you solve this one. Like, this is obviously deliberate, right? So that must be a hint. But I can't figure out a way to use that in a useful way. Okay, so we at least know where that originates from, and now we can continue holding left, I guess. The tree shadow. I didn't even see a tree, bro. No. Okay, yeah, we actually couldn't progress any farther this way. Alright, I'll go entertain your tree shadow idea. Jesus. What am I supposed to even do about this one? So I guess it's this. Oh, I see. The shadow on the actual thing. Alright. And the joke here is that your own shadow gets in the way of you figuring it out. I honestly didn't even notice that there was a shadow on it at all. go down there since it gives me enough time. We're still getting that. Not supposed to overthink that one. I could probably get more accurate initial responses or answers or whatever if I Oh, I can't see this one. Alright, well that means I just have to figure this one out. So it would be... I wonder if it even matters. Okay, it does matter. Okay, so here we have... I think the top left part is a prank, unless it's just offset slightly height-wise. Well, more than slightly. The other one was offset height-wise too, but this one looks like it's more. So I'm supposed to go upright all the way around and then down. Okay. Okay, figured it out. JK. What else would I be able to do? There we go. It was offset. Oh boy. Okay, so... Jesus. Oh man. How do I even... Where do I even begin? Okay, let's try this. I have no idea then. Oh, the shadow detail was super low. That's probably not helpful. Okay, so this is... I can ignore this because there's no actual path out. So we go down here. This is as much as we get by default. And then... we go down, up... or down, left. Up twice, right. Up, right. Okay. What is the... why is there a second start point here? This feels like it's basically offset or something by 2 to the left, to the right. So you're supposed to go down like this? Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. No. It's not like this really helps either. So... if it's offset 2 to the right... I don't have any real reason for why it would be, by the way, but... that means... you go here, down, here... and then this part, well, I can't show you guys, but this part would be over here to connect to that other big dot. This part would be over here to let you go up here. And then what? Then you could go up again, right, up, left. I guess left again, and then down, left, up, right. Or down, left, up, left. So it'd be like this. And it could also be this. No. It's really hard to figure this one out. The fact that it continues to extend off the platform is what makes me feel like it's offset. But if it's not offset, then I don't know how we actually link this up here. So I feel like it has to be. Okay. I'm trying to not... if I could mouse look while in this mode, that would be so much better. See if I can show my cursor. Oh no, it's a full screen application. It's really annoying that it locks me in there. Okay, so... This might be another one that I'm just overthinking, though. Oops. Alright, never mind. Okay. So in the past, the shadows that weren't on this platform were offset above, meaning stuff like this, where stuff that was up was actually one level down relative to what it was, but that stuff was also in front. So this stuff is behind, which means it should be one level below, which actually means that this starts here. So this is useless. If that heuristic is correct, if what I just said is correct, this is completely useless. Because it just leads you to the left and then down, and so it's like it's almost like a confirmation that the tree is used for the shadow or whatever, but it's not actually useful. So this, on the other hand, is over here. So this little tree thing is over here. This tree thing is where that tree thing is, but it's not as straight and narrow, so it's probably not useful. Although that's not necessarily true, I guess it could be. Now, if we still move this stuff all to the right by 2, in accordance with my other theory, then we're dealing with, again, we go here. So we're basically tracing this path at the start. And then we can go to the left one more time, but then we would have to go down, which we can't do. So we don't want to do that, because that's a dead end. Instead... I actually don't know how we would reclaim this area. I forget how I was deciding that this area was reclaimed. Or whatever, that this area is legit. The piece of metal is behind, not in front? I don't see any metal. Oh, you're talking about this. Yeah, that is metal, I guess. I didn't realize that. Yeah, so I know it's behind. And so the stuff that was in front was one level above, right? And the stuff that's behind must then be, in my theory, one level below. But if they're always above, then I don't know what the significance of them being behind or in front of. But if we try to play around with that heuristic instead, then we get... So this becomes this. This becomes this. One level below, then it does not go down. Why does one level Wait. Yeah, I know it doesn't go down. That's why I was saying this is useless. But that's only if my theory of them being behind equals them going down was correct. Because in my head, like, they have to be roughly the same horizontal axis in order to share the same height level. But because they aren't, nah, you lost me. If I assume that this is one level below, and thus it needs to go down, from where it is. Because it appears to be on the second to last line, but it actually is on the first to last line. If that's what I assume, then obviously it would go down below the panel and thus be useless. Besides, if you needed to go left for some reason and you had some other way to make this go up, but you don't. Now, I also have a different theory, which is that this is offset to the left twice, and you have to reset it to the right twice. But I actually don't really know if that's true. Am I? No, I assume the path on the like the tablet or whatever here, the panel is correct, and is not offset horizontally or vertically, I guess. So if that's what I assume, then I go here, and I just follow literally the non-shadowed parts, right? Sorry, my mouse was flipping out. So I can connect up to here, right? Well, I can do this, and then, well, I can't do. That's why it must be offset to the right, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. It has to be. I have to start here, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. If I do this, and then the hook that's on the metal is one level down, then I go to the left. But then I can't go up. If I assume it's one level above, I can go to the left, up, right, like this. But that doesn't really help me. Or that's not if it's above. That's if it's identical. If it's not offset vertically at all, I can do this. But I can't go past here if it's below. So from what I can tell, this one has to be offset to the left by 2 grid spaces, whatever, grid units. Thus making you start on the right. And that was made way more confusing by the fact that we had 2 start points. If we only had 1 start point, I guess it would have been too obvious, and that was part of like the intuition or whatever. So if I assume then that the metal is close enough that it doesn't have to be vertically offset at all, then I can do this. And then I can go up here because that's 2. And I can go like this. And now I'm out of panel, but I can do one more here. And then I think I'm stuck. I can do one more. I can go here because of the stuff on the metal. But I'm pretty sure I'm stuck now. Yo, what's up, Ben? Welcome. But this seems like the closest we've gotten to an actual solution. But I am stuck here. Assuming everything I said is correct. Which is obviously kind of a big assumption right now. It doesn't look like what I have on the panel matches the shadows next to the panel. So I'm assuming that it's offset to the left by 2, and thus I have to start as I have to make my solution to the right by 2, which would put us at basically if I was like this shape here, this left down left starts here. So we go left down left. Then I'm assuming that the shape on the metal is exactly aligned vertically. And I'm moving that to the right by 2. And so I go left, up, right. Which is like that mirrored question mark shape. And then, because I'm moving everything to the right by 2, there's that little tiny stripe of not shadow. And I go up. And then there's a Oh yeah, actually, I don't know how I go to the right. How did I figure that out? Oh, because there's above that there's a right up, left. So then we would go right up, left. And then we're out of panel, but the metal has one more left. Well, I don't know what that means, dude. I mean, you basically need to offset things horizontally by 2 in this one because otherwise there's no point in having the metal have anything since you can't draw on the metal, obviously. It would be funny if you could, and I was just a fraud, but no, you can't. You can only draw on the panel. Look at the stand. Oh, you're saying that the... I didn't even notice the stand was bent. So is that what's creating our horizontal thing then? Man, I can't fucking mentally map that. That's insane. I would have to actually draw that. Or something. I'd have to make a Photoshop diagram of this. Alright, boys. We're going into turbotism mode here. Alright. This is my favorite part of the witness. This is when I have to open up Photoshop. So, here we go. We'll have our... I guess we'll just do this. Okay. So if I were bent, I would actually want to rotate it like this to be standing. Like 15 degrees. Let's think about that. Is that roughly the same? I don't know if that's really true, if that helps me out at all. I'm guessing not. I have to bend... I have to do that shape change, and then I have to take this, and then do this separately. But that doesn't really help me, I guess, because of the fact that the sun would be different. Yeah, touch grass. Very useful. I am outside, can't you tell? This looks like outside to me. Top part of the shadow map and how the exit line is aligned with the panel to get the correct vertical offset. I don't even know what you mean by exit line, to be honest. I guess you mean like the solution or whatever. Yeah, we went over this earlier before you joined, Mateus, or however you say your name. You don't have like, so when I was over here, I made the observation that because these panels were in front, this was offset up, right? And then this one's behind, so it must be offset below. But if it's offset below, then this whole thing is completely useless due to the fact that it just goes left and then ends because you can't go below the panel. And then somebody else in chat was telling me that you can't, like, that's not true or something. But I couldn't figure that one out because it didn't make any sense. Like, if it's going farther and it's down, then what do you do? But then I guess you guys are talking about combining it with the fact that this panel is bent, which would somehow make a significant enough difference that, like, the entire angles here would be different. I can't imagine that, having just thrown it around. I mean, the other thing, too, is that, like, it's not like my shadow morphs massively when I walk over here, so whatever arcane nonsense you guys are talking about is really just lost on me entirely. Oh, I get it. I can't see the exit thing because it's above the shadow. Like, it's on the top of the metal or whatever. So then it has to fly super far. So basically, I just assume that, like, everything... The whole top part is completely, like, this, or whatever. Like, if you just move this down, this is totally fine. Is what I'm thinking. Think like a sunray. That's very helpful, guys. Well, if it is there, then you'd have to move it up. And moving it up doesn't make any sense when this is moving it up. Like... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I just had it inverted. Well, you know what they say. I'm an idiot. But I still did this anyway. So how does that even help me? All right, I'm on board now that I was moving it. I was inverting my fucking vertical stuff. So that's fine. We figured that out. But that still doesn't really help me unless... No, this gets me this far. Yeah, the bottom shape is the mirrored question mark. And that lets me do this. So I go down, or left, down, left, which is matching the middle start point. And then I go left, up, right. Because that's the top part of the question mark. And then I can go up because of that little tiny piece. And then I can go right, up, left. And then I'm out of panel, and then I go left because I have one extra, and then I'm stuck. All right, because it's I was modeling it like it was identical. So in that case, I go this. What the fuck? Oh, and then I go up, right, up, left. Then I'm still stuck. What the fuck? How do I do this one? So this is so we're question marked. We finished question marking. Well, there's a lot of question marks, guys. Most of them are on me, I guess. But then what do we do? Then I guess you have to assume that selectively some parts of... Wait, did I just do this incorrectly? No, I did this right. It has to go up like this. Right? Is that true? Oh, I guess I get one extra bit. And then I go like this. and then I do this. And then I do this? Is this true? Alright, I figured it out. Well, we can just delete the part of the stream where I was a complete and utter baboon. Oh, geez, how am I supposed to figure this one out? Let's find out. Okay. Well, now that I've been armed with my my learning experience, this should be easy. So we go right down, right up, right, up, right. As if I can remember what I just said. Okay. Let's try this. We don't have to remember if we can just look. We can look with our eyes, guys. Now, the only problem is I don't know how much some of this extends, right? I must go this way, because I have to go back in later. So we go down 2, left, down 2, right, up, right, all the way up. Dude, basically first try on that one. Come on. This game can't even face me. We got another bender, aka my nemesis. So this is definitely at least a right offset of 2. But we get this nifty little guide here to help us out. So we know we go up like this. And then we go over like this. What's up, Knight of the Realm? Well, my, let's just say it's not very intuitive for me to think like a fucking sunrig. So I guess some people are equipped with solar brain, and they don't get caught up on that as much, but not me. Alright, so we know this is the shape so far. And then I'm assuming we can cross over here twice. But then there's the tree branch that's in our way. Alright. Oh, okay. Well, I needed to come over here to see the rest of this. So, up, left, up, right, up, left. Oh, I forgot it already. So, up, left, up, right, up. And it's slightly to the right, but I think it just ends there. So, wait, hold on. Up, left, up, right, up. There you go. Well, that isn't it. Oh, this is it. Ha! What is this? So we go... The apple tree, the last apple tree puzzle actually rubbed me the wrong way, because up until that point, branches that were broken off were actually not even accessible. Like, the whole idea was you were supposed to ignore them. But then the apple was on one of the branches that was broken off, and conveniently... This is from memory, so I might actually be misremembering this, but I'm pretty sure that that was, like, the only one where you could actually select a branch that was broken. But anyway, I might just have misremembered. So this one isn't actually bent, but clearly it's offset. Anyway. Oh, I guess we need to move like this. Alright, this helps me. Or does it? I can't go down anymore, so... Yeah, I'm definitely not respecting the shape at all here. Alright, hold on. Let's try to figure this one out. You had to select one broken out of 3, the one that was present in the panel but not IRL. Oh, well. 3. Horrible time to run out of water. Okay. Where are we going here? Our head's blocking this, but that's fine. Up, right, down, right. All the way. Up, left, up, right. Down, right, up, left, up. Let's try this. This one doesn't look like you would look at the panel for anything. It looks like all of this stuff is over here. So we do like so. Oh wait, I think we fucked it up already. Hold on. How many far to the right do we need? Up, right, down, right. It looks like it's all the way, but it might not be. It might be a bait. I think it has to be all the way because then we go here twice and then we go up, right, up. Okay. See you, nerds. We activated something. Okay. Where's the light coming from? Well, so far the only sound puzzle I've seen is the one in the third maze. That was pretty easy to figure out, actually, because the sounds were distinct. But I didn't get through the fourth one, and I'm not even sure if it is a sound puzzle. I think that's probably the biggest issue with my experience with the game so far, is that it's actually quite difficult to figure out when the pattern has changed. And, like, you usually only can do it... Well, I can usually only figure it out if it's not, assuming it's not super obvious, if the pattern that I was usually previously using just doesn't work anymore. But then I'm constantly second guessing myself to think like, well, is it because I just didn't apply the pattern correctly, or is it actually like the pattern is no longer useful? It's really difficult to parse like which one is correct, and it doesn't really feel like it's super. Super useful. So that one didn't work. We have to follow all of them, I guess. Defeated by a bush. Nice try, game. But worst try. So I'm sort of like drawing a vague outline or something of what it is. Oh yeah, true. What the hell? Man, this is so noisy. It's not quite a draw literally everything. I guess it's just draw the connected ones that actually work. Oh, that ain't it. 'Cause that isn't actually fully connected. This is connected to this, it's connected to this. So I guess this is where we have our first connection breach. Then we can go over here, assuming we don't mind that connection breach. And then we can just keep going up. We have to follow the one that's right below my cursor to the left. And then I guess we can do this. Okay. So I'm assuming if we just follow the... that won't be correct. We have to do this. Each maze had a different gimmick? Okay. Thought Jesus would help me. Just have to analyze the unbroken lineage some more. I'm not yet worthy. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, more creaking. Follow the green. Holy shit. And the moral of this puzzle is don't fear your own shadow. Never mind. Moral is fear your own shadow. What do I do? This. 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 And then I'm stuck. Maybe it's actually... Ah, hybrid. Lazor. Oh yeah, well, I didn't even look at the door, to be honest. I didn't even know this existed until I finished the area. When I first saw this, I thought it was a camera, to be honest, but, you know. Well, we have 2. Now for 3. Man. Okay. So... I have to go find... something that will educate me on how to use the... block puzzle things. Let's just follow this area. Alright, I found the area that will educate me on blocks. The fuck? Instantly destroyed, of course. I assumed I was, like, going up a block, and that's why going up 1 block. Ah, but I have to go right 2 blocks, so that doesn't count, I guess? Like this? No, I already tried that, I think. Yeah, this is the one that, this is the baby one. It's supposed to be easy. So what would it be? I can go up 2 or right 1. I can go right 2 and up 1. This doesn't seem like it would work. So... And it's flashing red, and that usually means I have to, like, surround it or something, but that doesn't really help me here. I was thinking maybe I had to, like, come around to draw the shape. Am I actually... I'm not really drawing a shape here, but I guess through a path of, like... Yeah, okay. So I had to basically leave an outline of the shape, basically. So this one I need to I need to draw 4 squares, sort of. So that won't work. That will. Alright, here I need to draw... I need to leave a shape that is 3 down, 1 right. So let's figure that one out. Oh, it needs to include it, I think. So that makes this more complicated, doesn't it? So I guess I can use it as, like, the... I can't do it if I do that, so I have to do this. Oh, but then I can't escape. That doesn't really work either. Okay. The last shadow puzzle is, Oh, you mean like the last half of it or whatever, where you're going through the shadow? Wait. Oh, you're talking about the one that activates the laser. Well, I made the connection, and you guys saw how fucking ill-equipped I was initially. So, I'm pretty sure, yeah. I don't know who Joseph Anderson is, but maybe he was just wrong. That is a possibility. Here's the question. Does it have to be in this orientation, or can I draw it in, like, a different way? Like, can I do this? No. That doesn't count. God damn it. A bold statement. Right, how do I want to do this? I think I have to draw, like... like this. But if I do this, then I can't actually go. So that can't be it. Owned again. I got owned again. That doesn't count either. Well, obviously I haven't seen the video, but maybe I'll watch it later. After I'm done with this game. How the This is a thinker. I will say, though, okay, here's where I am a little bit reticent to write off anybody who says something like, write off anybody who complains about the game. Because whenever you're dealing with a game that is as, like, ambiguous as The Witness has been to me thus far, then you are going to, like, how do I phrase this? People will, at any point that you levy criticism at the game for being, like, vague or maybe not making any sense or something like that, there's always, because this game is inherently more about symbology and representation of one thing meaning something else or whatever, you're gonna get dragged into the weeds of people who are, like, you know, fans of the game who think they understand what it is, and maybe they're even correct in their understanding, who will be like, actually, you just didn't get the meaning. And then, like, the more base among us will say stuff like, you're just too stupid to understand the meaning or something like that, right? So, like, you'll get that reaction. I tend to have, like, really not be interested at all in those sorts of arguments or those sorts of conversations, because well, they're just not very productive. How do I draw a complete shape around this? It's very difficult. I was gonna say, like, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do it as the bottom, but I can't go up here. That ain't it. So then maybe I can do it as the top, but then I can't escape. Oh, I can. That's it. I'm an expert, guys. I figured it out first try. But yeah, anyway, I feel like that's bound to be an issue. Okay. Ah, I thought I could mirror it. Okay, I can't mirror it. But I can do this. No, I can't do that either. Okay, how do I fix this? I can't do that. I have to do this. Oops. I have to do something like this. Pretentious fraud. Yeah, I don't know anything about the guy, so I won't make a comment on either side, but I will say that being your takeaway is a bit interesting. I mean, like, if I think a game added value to my life in some way, or, like, even just by virtue of being an enjoyable experience, I don't know how I would ever say that nobody else should play it. That does feel like, again, I haven't watched it and I don't know anything about this guy, but it does feel like it was there as, like, a clickbait title or whatever. Like, at least a title that's, like, meant to make you, like, what? What a strange claim. I must know more. You know, so not really clickbait, especially if that was his actual verdict, then it's not really baiting you, and, like, there's no bait and switch there. It is literally what he says. But yeah. Mauler's the homie, dude. I should interview that guy. Get that guy on the channel. I've followed his work quite a bit. He just released another Star Wars video. So that won't work. I thought for sure I could mirror it, but then it doesn't do it for any of these. Because technically they're in the same shape anyway, and this wouldn't... clearly mirroring doesn't work. I got stuck again, boys. Oh! Yeah, this is a clue. I was just realized. So, because these two stack together as a shape, basically, that's what you can do. And technically these two do as well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Does this also have the same solution? Yeah, okay. So it can either be to the left or to the right, theoretically. So this should be legal, but I can't exit. I couldn't change my answer either. Why wouldn't this be? 1, 2, 1, 2, to the right 2. I'm not really sure why this wouldn't be the answer. Neither of them get answered. How does that work? If they're on the same level, they get moved up? Like if they overlap, they get moved up, I guess? That's really weird. That's going to be hard to remember. So these ones are on the same level, and so they get moved down. Are the one to the right moves down? I guess. Okay. Oh! Dude, that was a spooky sound. Can't spook me like that. Alright, so this solution solved multiple things. What if we do this? Oh, but we can't really do this. How would we do that? How would we draw shape? What the fuck? So that doesn't work. I was thinking maybe drawing a shape that like goes around, like excludes it, I guess would be a way to say it. But I don't really know how I would even do that. So. Yeah, I need to find something that solves this middle piece, and then I can backdoor a solution to something else. This one's much spookier sounding whenever you interact with it. So those two get solved easy in like many different ways. Theoretically, we could do this. I think this still breaks though. Yeah. I was going to say that you could do this. So this is the first one, and then if we think of the middle piece as actually like the rightmost one, we could do this. But we can't do that really, so how do we do that? Because then we leave this open, which isn't really what we want to do. Oh, I only looked at chat super late, so I don't actually know which one you're referring to. I guess that was probably the third one. Well, the last three panels, you basically combine shapes, but this one, I don't think you can combine shapes. Because they're equally spaced apart, so... I guess you can do this. Uh-huh. However, I've only solved one half, so I have to figure out a way to get down there. And solve the other half. Time to go spelunking, guys. Can't interact with that yet. You guys should have seen me scratching my head in the Egypt place, because that area I still haven't figured anything out about. Nah, too late. Already gone. See ya. Can I get a grapple key? That would be death in real life. Good thing this ain't real life. I think I'm just back around where I came from, but we got some more tire towers. Yeah, this is pretty much the same area. Oh, all this and I can't even get back down. I like the woman pointing. Whoa. Right. So. We're probably equipped to at least do some stuff in the other area. Could it be any slower? Could have gotten water and came back. Holy shit, we're only halfway there, boys. And if this was real life, I would have jumped. Alright. Where are we at? What's up? Okay. I didn't think so. This has to be moved up because it's overlapping with these. But I can't go like this. It's blocked anyway. And I wouldn't be able to go back. No. If it is overlapped, then I guess I could do this. I can't really. That obviously doesn't work. Okay. Alright, what do we got here then? What's up, Jesper? Welcome. This makes me think that you're actually not supposed to move it up. Oh, right, because the ones on the right move up. Not the ones on the left? But I think that was only true if they were in the same horizontal axis, so... I'm not sure about that one. What's up, Milestone? Yeah, so we have to draw the shape or a conglomeration of all shapes if they're connected. Which would normally be something like... It would be like this, but you can't do that. And that doesn't even do anything. It's interesting that that doesn't cover... Oh, I guess I have to do this. No, that still doesn't help. But that feels closer. Yeah, you have to. You have to be able to not move these then. What the hell? I don't know how they would not be moved. Like, because this makes it so that it's impossible to just go up, so... This is trying to tell me something. Okay. So if it's anything like the other ones, bottom are... So we have these three here. These 6 blocks here in the middle would theoretically be there. And this one, this 4 across, would actually be up here. So it's like a T with a fat middle, right? So it's like... Well, I can't draw it because of the issue there. It's like this, but one up. And the reason it's one up in my head is because in the past, if there was overlap, they would always move up. Like the one to the right would be below, and the one to the left would be up. So normal, like this would, I guess, be... Oh, it wouldn't be like that, would it? It would be like this. But then I can't do this, so... like, I'm still screwed. So solving the thing that got me here... Oh, there's something else here. This doesn't work. That doesn't work either. Oh, did I go too far? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I did. No, that's not going to do it either. See, the problem with whatever shape I draw here is that it, in theory, would be valid no matter what. So all 4 of these are filled in, and all 4 of these on the right are filled in, and then it's just like a square in the middle here. Right, so... But I don't really know how to do that without walling myself in. How would I draw... How would I exclude these two? That's what I have to ask myself. Right? So something like this is valid, but I have to be able to exit. This is actually the same problem I had with a different puzzle that was the like white and black square puzzle on a bridge. I wasn't able to solve that one either. Ah, eyewitness. Wow. It's a... Making me think, that's for sure. And I normally do enjoy that. I'm also not looking at chat at the right times to figure out what you guys are even mentioning, so. I just know I need to exclude the bottom two and the top two, that's all. Maybe that will help me over here now. So in this case, I have to exclude these two on the bottom. We can try that. But that doesn't solve anything. Which definitely means that there's some moving up that needs to happen. But I can't exclude the third one here. Right? Why does it not solve with what solution? The one where I was doing... I don't even know which one I did. It doesn't solve because I have to exclude these two from connecting with these four on the right. And I don't actually know how to do that without stopping myself from being able to... Wait, this isn't it. That isn't it. It's this. Anyway, I have to draw an H, basically. But I have to draw an H that exits on my end. Oh, you meant the one that I was doing over here. It doesn't solve with this. Because these four squares have to move up, I think. Or these three have to move up. I guess I didn't try that. That doesn't work either. I guess I can do this. Oh, I can do this. But then I exclude one of the squares for these, so that doesn't really help me. But the weird thing is I've never gotten a single confirmation. Okay. Now I've gotten one. Can we get a confirmation? Okay, so it is here. So all of these shapes are exactly where they appear to be, and there's no moving up at all. Which means I basically need to exclude bottom left, bottom right, and then all this. But that doesn't solve it, so I don't actually know what's broken there. Well, I just need to draw a shape around it. So what I was testing earlier is, like, can I draw a possible shape where it's legal? But maybe it would always work? No. Because I thought maybe it was saying that it was fine if I did this. But it's not. So this needs to be drawn here. The squares in the second row need to be drawn. So I need to exclude these. But for some reason it doesn't work here. Yeah. So you have to wrap around. And so what I did earlier was draw around this. So I draw the shape here. And this works. But I can't do that over here, obviously. I mean, this would exclude the 4 squares in the second column, or second row. But I can't go down here in the 4th column because of the breach, so... Like, in theory, I can do this. Well, no, that's just the same shape that I was drawing before. So basically, this shape... I can't do this because it cuts into that. I need a shape that excludes the squares that are currently excluded without... I also need to draw a border over here, I guess? I don't know how that's possible, though. It seems impossible. I can do it here, but then I can't escape. Yeah, mate, there's no other puzzles, to be honest. There's just this one. So, I don't see where my heuristic is incorrect. If we try to... Can I cancel this one? Okay. So... this one is... Wish I would, like, leave a trail where I click or something. So, these four, and these four. Which means I have to exclude everything that isn't those. So I do this to exclude the ones below. And then... I actually don't even remember what the solution to this one was, but I'll figure it out. I think it was this. Oh no, it wouldn't have been that. It would have been this. Yeah. So basically I'm drawing a shape that excludes... Well, I guess depending on where you look, it includes all of the squares that I'm not supposed to... that aren't part of the shape. And that's how I solve it. That's all I'm doing. The difference in that other one is... there might be movement here. Oh, I would have to go all the way back, and it takes 8 years to move across this chasm, but there were puzzles over on that side that... where there would be overlapping shapes, and one of them would have to move up, and the other one would have to move down. And under those circumstances, it behaved as if the ones to the right moved down, and the ones to the left moved up. Well, I guess they wouldn't both move, but you get the idea. I think it was that the ones to the left moved up, which is where I got the idea that I needed to draw this shape. But in this case, it's not true, obviously, because you just do this. Well, you don't solve anything if you do this, but if you do this, you solve this. Yeah, the ones before moving the platform, I'm not doing that because it actually does take a ridiculously long time to move, and I'm just not interested in wasting my time like that, so... I'd much rather waste my time up here. Well, it could be simpler than moving up or down, but... I don't know how that would logically make sense, so... So obviously then this isn't solved. I'm sure it has a reason. I just fundamentally disagree with that until the reason is actually useful. But you have to remember that I come from a competitive and real-time action game background, and so I just lose interest anytime I perceive the game to be wasting my time. Which is exactly what I perceive when I'm sat here waiting 8 years for the thing to cross. Getting old and gray. No, you can't rotate the shapes. I tried that in the one of the earlier puzzles. Yeah, but at least I actually can do something when I'm here or when I'm up there, and when I'm down here, I just have to sit here and contemplate my mortality. No, Stefan, modded is just a tag I can't remove because Twitch is a functional website. Sorry, bro. Alright, so this is where we had our first bout right here with, well, this was not really with what I was thinking of, actually. It's this. Wait, is it this? No, it's this. So, this is where I came up with the idea that apparently is not true, that one of them goes up and one of them doesn't. What was it? Because I don't know how else you would explain this. Like, either the 4 squares move up or the 2 squares stay down. Well, yeah, I guess it would always be the 4 squares moving up. So how else would you explain this solution? I guess the ones to the right stack? But that's only if they're on the same level. Yeah, in this case, you can see that the ones to the right move down. So, I guess under this circumstance, the one to the left moves up. Like, it's not a meaningful distinction in this puzzle, but it is a meaningful distinction as a general rule. Well, technically, yes, multiple solutions work, but you're just excluding these three, no matter what. Like, I can't... There's no solution, I don't think, that doesn't exclude these three. Like, in this case, it's functionally identical to this. In that you're isolating the same squares and excluding the same ones. I don't know what 4 plus 3... Oh, this one has different ones. What was the other one? So the 3 can be in any spot? So it moves up or down depending on what you need, I guess. Like, depending on what's possible. Well, I sure am glad that I had to come over here in a giant waste of time to figure that out. I don't care. It has a second solution. It's too late to ask, homie. I'm already gone. It has a really weak engine. Great. I can't seem to access the engine. Anybody got a pipe wrench? Or maybe a baseball bat? It's for my head, not for the engine. Well, since we know now that the arrangements are based on something other than what I thought. Well, we don't really know anything different, I guess. You can exclude different tiles depending on how you orient them. But, like, unless I can do something goofy, like... Well, no, I can't do anything like that. Yeah, I still don't understand why this doesn't work. It's one thing to say that, okay, there are rules, the rules are different than what I expect or whatever, in terms of like you don't always have to exclude the same shapes. But I'm not really sure why that one doesn't work, even regardless of exclusions. The 1x4 has two possible placements to avoid overlap. Yeah, so obviously the first instinct I had was that you would do something like this. But I guess you would actually have to do this. But that doesn't work. So... Oh wait, did I just do it wrong? I can't do that because... Yeah, okay. So that can't be it. As far as I understand, these four squares have to be here. Because I haven't... Well, they don't have to be, but... Until I find a solution that allows me to circle these four at the top, or to cover these four in the top without, getting owned by this. I guess it could be down. It could be like this, but no, it couldn't be like that because these would have to move up, and that's like too much. So. 3 plus 3 and 4 underneath. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, so you're saying move the 4 to the bottom and move the 3s up. But you can't do that because you get stuck trying to circle. Oh, I guess it would be like this. But either way, you get stuck. So... Yeah, I am tempted to cut out the blocks, to be honest. Oh, it got me when I was slightly at an angle, but that shouldn't be that big of a deal. So, really what we have here is... So these are our 3 shapes. By default, they are oriented like this. And we will, we'll keep this over here so that we can see that there's a break there to remind ourselves. What else do we have here? So we can't... Yeah, we can't do too much here. So I guess we could... You know what we could do, now that I think about it? Is we could do this. That way we have our... It's rough, but it's useful enough, I think. Okay. So... You guys were telling me to count the squares. So there has to be no overlap. We'll make this a bit easier on ourselves. Okay. There has to be no overlap. And we need to be able to end here. So we could do... So we could do this. But we can't go here, so that's basically like the same line of logic I was in, which is not a winner's mentality at all. Now if we move this down here instead, which I don't even think is legal, then we still can't really do our solution. So I guess we're supposed to actually move these horizontally? I don't think we can do that, though, because one of them is over here to the right. So that feels like it would be illegal, but I guess it would theoretically allow us to... No, okay, that didn't help. What's up, Temin? Counting squares is a good idea to double check, but it's a red herring. You have to contain the origin point. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking too, is that it's not very useful to do this, even though like it is technically true or whatever, like that would work. But instead we have to do this. Well, we can't do that. How would we do it? The last one, but upside down? Well, I can't go upside down all the way because... Oh, you're saying... If I understand you correctly, you mean... I can't do that either, can I? Because of this. So the solution I just tried was moving these two over here. And so by upside down, you mean moving these up here and the 4 one down here and creating an L with 2 columns. Okay. Well, let's see if we have to break out the Photoshop again later. Yeah. Alright, well. We did it, boys. This is the same one, but we can't do what we just did, which means we... Can we do what we were doing before? We still have to contain the origin, so we know that. So this is where I break out my advanced math. Wink. I guess we have to do this. So that doesn't work either. Why does that not work? That doesn't work because I accidentally... No, I don't know why that doesn't work. What the fuck? Wait, why did this work? Oh, so we moved these two to the top and then this one to the bottom. Okay. So if this one moves to the bottom, we have this. Right? So we have to think of it like moving these two up. Wait, how would I do that? It's moving these two up here and this one down here. Oh, but I don't contain the origin, so that can't be true. So I have to contain this, which means these two... Like, I feel like the same... I'm tempted to go with the same thing, where these two go up here, and this one goes down here, and then I somehow manage to magically connect them. But this is blocking me from doing that. However, this one's no longer blocked, so theoretically, solutions that relied on this would now be open to me. Which kind of feels like a hint, because it's literally the same thing, but you just change one blockage. So now we should be able to do, like, up and 2. I can't go down here, though. And I would have to contain the original... So... Okay, I guess we could do something really goofy. So 1 could be over here, on the leftmost. Right? And then the 4 squares in the bottom could be here. And then another one could be... Yeah, okay. This one is theoretically way easier. Theoretically. Keyword. In theory. What do you mean U? Oh, it's because this one is a U. I'm reading chat out of order again. So these ones can't link up with. There's no overlap here, so we have to solve this with like the requisite parts. Which means we have to do this, and then we have to do this. We somehow have to encircle this. But we don't have any shape for that. Okay. So we could also do this. I guess we can't do that. Oh, are we back to just drawing a shape around it then? No, it's probably not true. Yeah, I didn't think so. So this solves that, and this solves that. How the... Does this solve these? No, I can't rotate the shapes still. Didn't think so. Alright, we got a couple of ending possibilities here. Does it matter if we contain irrelevant squares? I think it does, right? So like this would not be legal. I guess it would be this. Or something. Yeah, that wouldn't work anyway. Best I can do is that, right? Yeah. Well, whenever I see something like that, I block it from the stream chat, so at least the archive wouldn't have it. I'm surprised it doesn't remove the message from RestreamBot automatically when I do that, though. I guess the relay doesn't have that support or whatever. Okay, so we have a real fucking brain twister here. Obviously, this solves for that. I guess we can... No. Wait, what? You can assume the 1x1 is part of a bigger shape because you can't enclose it on its own? Says who? Where does that assumption come from? I don't know how you're getting that. Is this something where if I find the shadows or something, I'll find the shape? What's up, Beaver? Yeah, you can't enclose it. That is true. But I have to enclose it, so... So basically I have to trial and error until I find the right panel edge that encloses it? Is that what it is? I mean, where's the solvability of finding for the edge that works with it? I tried, like, transposing the 4 over here, but that didn't work. Nah, I don't think so. I think you guys are liars. Frauds. Because I still, if the same rules apply, then I have to contain all origin points, regardless of what shapes I'm able to draw. And then I run into my own line here, so I guess it has to be like this. But then that still doesn't work. Yeah, what I did in the last two was move blocks around and then contain their origins in a reassembled shape, but as far as I can tell, unless I move this... Okay, maybe I can do this? No, that didn't work. I tried to move these 4 here. This one... I swapped the places, basically, and then moved this one over here. Let me try that again. Maybe I just flubbed the execution or something. But I don't think so. They all have to be contained in the same box if you're going to reorganize them. Yeah, that's what I did. This is the... That is the same box. I mean, not box. Same shape, same selection. Well, I can't really use the 2x1 that way unless I rotate it, which has hitherto not been allowed. But I need to encircle these. Like, I need to contain the origins if the last puzzles are to be believed. No, then I can't see it. Oh, but how do I do that then? Ay, ay, ay. So we probably want 3 here. The 3 and the 2 can be here. 3 up. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel any smarter having figured out the solutions to these. If they're isolated and that doesn't allow you to see them... I guess I can't do the inverse where I can exclude the right shapes. That probably isn't legal. And I don't think I can do this either. Yeah, I can't. Oh, I guess that was my flaw with the original attempt, or the start of the original attempt, is that I was actually unwittingly excluding stuff. All right, so I can't start up here, I don't think. Wow, good one. If we were gonna do this the naive way, we would do these, but then I think we get stuck, right? Because we can't connect these two. So. But we can't do this because then we're missing a piece. If we move this piece to the left and this piece to the left to connect it, we're missing this one. So if we assume that those bottom pieces stay here, then we're kind of like owned, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Oh wait, definitely. So yeah, maybe we can do this. No, we can't. That wouldn't have mattered anyway. I was actually excluding this again. That's a tough thing to remember. If these two are hard to unify, unless you leave them exactly where they are, then you can do this. Which obviously has to be done in reverse order. And then you still have this piece here, so I like this. This looks like a promising start, but then people were saying earlier that they can't, if they can't see each other, it's not true. Like it doesn't work, so. And then I still get stuck this way anyway. Alright, let's try to move these pieces more elaborately, but still maintain the connections. So this is now a 3 by 1. I don't know if I can do that, though. Yeah, I agree. Thanks, game. Okay, these are our shapes. How can we rearrange these? I was thinking earlier. Actually, let's do that now that I think about it. I want to highlight the origins so I don't forget about them. Okay. So this is where we started. So if we move this up, and then we move this over here, and then we move this over here, I think we're stuck because we can't unify the shapes. Like, this seems kind of promising, but... Alright. So maybe this has to be here. We can move the 2 over here. I guess we can't move the 2 over here. So we have to move these here. That's actually a solid top. We could probably keep that there. I guess it might not even matter which one it is. Like, if the 2 is to the left or to the right, it probably doesn't matter that much from where I'm standing now. But then we're still stuck on combining these. So... So maybe we take the 3, put it here. And then we're still stuck in a different way. As far as I can tell, this shape can only either be here or here, because here it's off the top. I guess it could be here. We could do this. And then we could do this. And we could do this. So our solution will be right, up, right, left. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Oh, we didn't finish the other stuff up there, though. Which I think is just enabling the gate as a shortcut. Yeah, I would say if there's going to be enjoyment to be found in this game, it's going to come from deciphering things. So, all right, let's apply this knowledge. These 4 can be here. This can be the 4 shape, and then that means we can do this. I think. I guess it would be like this. Would it be like this? It'd be like this. Oh, but I need to encompass that shape. Huh. So I guess this goes here. So we would draw this. And this would be here. Well, we're starting to actually be thinking entities. So I guess that's something. Oh, I can't run over there. Yeah, my internal AI is working. That's true. This is another boat checkpoint. We'll go ahead and summon the boat. It'll take 10 years. What are all these? So we're starting to get into more bizarre territory with the tilts. I wonder if the tilt means you can rotate it. Oh my god. Stop. Oh man. The boat will get here faster. Jeez. I'm going back to the town. Oh wait, this puzzle's here. I guess. There's a lot of lag here, I'll say that much. Hey. Oh, the blue panel interacted with that, I guess. Wait, how do I... Oh, I see. I have to go over here and solve puzzles over in that direction, I think. Yeah, I skipped or something. Holy shit, it's still going. Wow, dude, imagine actually waiting. Dude, what the fuck? Man, you gotta put a lot of trust into somebody if you think that that's like a reasonable... Like, somebody who said earlier that if you... Like, there's a reason, but it's ambiguous right now. Like, man, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Don't think that's possible to excuse. Okay. It looks like this just makes this shape, but I guess the prank is that there's an overlap here. So, I actually need to make... I can't do that. I think that was pretty close, actually. The only problem is then we have too many extra square... Oh, and we're also isolating that. So I guess the top 4 over here... That's probably really simple then. Yeah. I actually thought I tried that solution earlier, but I guess I didn't. So this one would be these 2. It would exclude 2 in the middle. I disagree, Milestone. At least in the StarCraft briefings and cutscenes. Well, the cutscenes were actually usually well choreographed, besides the Brood War ones that were just too lore heavy. The briefings you can at least laugh at. I guess I was laughing when I saw how much waiting there was, but that was just in disbelief as opposed to in like mockery. I don't know what boots means, but you can't move if you're waiting to cross. Like, you can move, but it's of no consequence. If cutscenes are well directed, then they're fine. Usually they aren't. That's where the biggest issues come from. So actually, even though there are exclusions in between those 2 things here, we can slot them in. So we can say... Well, actually, I don't know what we would say. Because we can't really go reclaim this area, then. I don't want to take my time waiting for something to turn so that I can continue moving. I'm taking my time with it right now by doing these puzzles that take a long time for me to figure out. So this would be the shape. We were just trying to draw this. And then... The weird part is figuring out how to, like... how to consider this. Because basically, this needs to be... what? Like this? So I guess if this is the 3 by 1, we would need... Can't do that. This has to be the 3. And these two are the outer edge. And how do you even combine these? Jesus. I don't know why snipping tool is so ridiculous in this game. It's like the only game that behaves this way. One sec, I'll prepare it more quickly than before. So we already start off with a ton of overlapping. Or is it really a ton? Yeah. So this is like here-ish. It could also be here. I think maybe I overdrew this one. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh no, that's correct. So the problem is if there are actually two blocks between this shape, which is what it looks like when you look at the pattern, then my immediate thought is where do you put... Okay, I guess we can do this. And that technically works. So exclude... Okay. No. Why wouldn't that work? I guess because I have to draw the inverse. What would I draw for this? I don't know, dude. I can see the origins. That's what the white blocks are. These half-transparent white blocks are the origins. Yeah, well, I am going to do another... another conversation with him after I play this game, actually. So one of the main reasons why I'm doing it in the first place. I don't really see... maybe I'm misreading chat. I don't really see how the game being... The game forcing you to, like, immediately stop for minutes at a time is helpful to new players or players who take a while to grasp puzzles. Maybe I think I would fall into that category if this stream is anything to go by. So I think this is a valid orientation. It might be the only valid one, but I guess I don't know that for sure. Because I think you need... I guess you could do this. But you can't really do that, can you? It feels like this is the solution. But I need to figure out how to actually draw this without excluding everything. So now... I guess we do... Yeah, I guess that's probably the biggest issue here, is that I was doing this before, but I was actually... I guess I was doing the inverse shape of what I needed. Because this was the solution previously. Well, not the solution. It was what I attempted to draw around this. But I guess that's the inverse or something. But any other way I can't imagine it doing it. Like if I do this, then I'm dead here because I can't go back up without dealing with this. Well, in that case, this game does not work with me, and that's fine. Maybe I'm like off by one thing or something. I don't see how I would be. This is the same methodology that we were able to solve all the other ones with, right? So, all right, the default is, well, the default is this. Like, the reason why I imagine most people think there's only one tile between this is because this is here. And so, is this the bit that it's actually linking with this by default? And that's what I'm supposed to imagine. Like, well, I still don't really see how you deal with that. I guess you can do this. I don't think you can do this, but whatever. Is this it? No, it's... No, that's not it. I don't know what EPs are, but yeah. Rats in a maze, bro. Or in a cage, I guess. Yeah, I don't think that's really the solution. Has there ever been anything that would imply that they would... No, I don't think so. I can't see anything that immediately implies that actually the solution can inherit stuff from the previous panel, so I'm going to assume that's not the case. All right. So if we reset to origin, this is what it looks like. Sort of. This one's still kind of anybody's guess. None of these are at an angle, so I don't believe I can rotate any of them. No, so the solution I had previously was this, where I moved the left and right split here, so that it's these. And then this stays right here. So, like, this is the shape for the top left. And, yeah. So, well, you tell me. Probably because I'm drawing, and I guess the game interprets this as me isolating the squares. But I don't know how to isolate... I don't know how to isolate the puzzle. Because then if I do this, then I have to do it that way. The boots don't overlap the boomerang, though. This is it. This is, if you want to call them boots, this is boots. And that's mirrored L. And that's 3. They are not overlapping. Off by 1? What does that mean? I can't move the boomerang, if you want to call it that, at all. It has to be here. Because I can't move the boots, because they have to be on the left and right. And I can't move the 3 anywhere else, so... No, the L is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1... Oh, I see. I did actually have one extra in my Photoshop. But that doesn't really change anything as far as I can tell. I guess I could move the boots down. But no, I couldn't because that doesn't really help. I can move them up. And then... No, I can't. It has to be... So... Hold on. Boomerang has to be here or here. But if it's down here, there's like a massive conflict with everything else. So it has to be here. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. I see what you guys are saying. So. Yeah, I just pranked myself with my document then. So maybe rotation means you must rotate them. I thought maybe it was optional. I feel like it would be optional. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be the top left, and then... Oh, I see. That doesn't work either, for some reason. I can't rotate it to look that way. That doesn't work either. Yeah, I guess you have to rotate them. Because this would be a valid shape for at least one, if you didn't have to rotate them. Yeah, I know it's not mirroring. So the square has to stay, like, the hook or whatever has to stay in the same spot. Which means this has to be... Jesus. I guess that means I could theoretically rotate them into an L like this. I don't know how many times you can rotate it. That's the other thing that I have to figure out here. So it's possible that... Well, I know there's no inherent rule immediately, that's obvious, but if there wasn't an inherent rule, then it would be possible to do something like what I was doing earlier. Oh, I see. L, L, inverse L, inverse L. So I can't do this. Well, it would be this, I guess I could do that somehow. Potentially. Theoretically. Couldn't I? Oh no, maybe that isn't true. It's this. Can't really do that either. Oh no, that would be the mirrored. So what is the... this would be the correct shape. Let's see if I can draw that without losing my mind. Okay, let's try something more simple. Alright, we can't do this. These are probably my least favorite kinds, where they're... I just generally dislike things where there's only one solution, where you have to find the developer-approved one. I know that basically is puzzles to a lot of people, but I prefer when there's a bit more going on. Alright, can't do this. I go over my own line there. So I can't do this, this, this. And I can't do that, right? Yeah. Okay, let's try this. This one I can do, pretty sure. Okay. I need to get all of those? I thought I was selecting purple and this for the explicit purpose of turning it towards purple. I'm sure there's more than literally one solution, but it's just like, here's all these gotchas. Not my favorite. have to do more complex solving than I thought then. Well, we've been going for 3.5 hours, so I think I'll call it here. Probably about time I get some breakfast. Ugh. But I'll investigate whatever's dead ahead here in a moment. Well, many moments. It looks like we can't actually do anything over here. However, I think we may have powered something. Yeah, okay, we powered this. Alright, well, when we come back, we'll be picking up where we left off. So, thanks guys for hanging out. I think I'll probably, in moments where I'm actually stuck, not really look at chat that much. That's sort of a natural thing that evolved in this stream. Just for the sake of me not clouding my own problem-solving process. Because I think that's basically the whole game. So, yeah. But I don't want to say, like, oh, guys, don't type messages of this nature or whatever. I'll just look at chat when I'm not in the middle of trying to solve a puzzle that I can't solve. So, there you go. See you guys in a couple days.